Here's my audience. Hello. Average every 51 minutes, someone is killed in a drunk driving accident, where every 90 seconds, someone is injured. According to Mad.org, in 2012, 10,322 people were killed because of a drunk driver, while a whopping 345,000 were injured. The sad thing about these injuries and deaths is that they are 100% preventable. There are many ways to prevent these deadly fates, and many consequences come behind them, and many consequences follow for those who decide to go against their better judgment. In general, drunk driving not only causes Americans to lose their lives, but also plenty of funds. Drunk driving costs the United States $132 billion a year, and almost $500 per every adult. That's not even the scariest part. Do you know that in December of 2009, 17 million Americans admitted to driving drunk? But that's still even the worst part. On average, a drunk driver has driven drunk 80 times before they are arrested. And 50 to 75% of convicted drunk drivers continue to drive with an expired license. That's 80 times per drunk driver that someone's life could possibly be taken away from them. Statistics show that adults drink and drive about 120 million times per year, and there are almost 300,000 drunk driving accidents a day. While people of all ages are driving drunk, the highest rates are between adults from 21 to 25 years old. The statistics do not stop there. In 2011, over 1.2 million drivers were arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. And about 1/3 of all drivers were arrested or convicted for driving, and 1/3 of all drivers arrested or convicted for driving drunk are repeat offenders. It is said that being arrested for driving drunk is one of the most terrifying experiences a person can take. In light that a drunk driver gets pulled over by the police, they will be charged with driving while intoxication, also known as the very famous DWI. A DWI comes with a number of criminal penalties. Lawmakers show no leniency to people who are charged with a DWI. And Louisiana has some of the toughest DWI penalties in the United States. There are 4 actions that can lead to a DWI in Louisiana. The first is about driving with a blood alcohol content, which is also known as a BAC of 0.08% or more, violating the state's zero tolerance policy, driving a commercial vehicle with a BAC of 0.04% or more, and refusing a chemical test. No matter which of these reasons you are charged with, they all come with a number of consequences. While many people know that there are consequences to drunk driving, they do not know how serious it can get. Drunk driving is not just a ticket and a slap on the wrist. If you are convicted with a DWI, you are looking at fines, possible jail time, license suspension, community service, and mandatory attendance at an alcohol and drug education class, also known as DWI school. And those are only the consequences for a first-time offender. A second offender looks at definite jail time, as well as longer jail time, longer suspension of license, higher fines. Instead of 2 days of DWI school, they take 18 months of DWI school. Once convicted with a DWI, it goes on your record, which can cause you to lose your job and can also cause you from getting hired at a new job. Driving drunk not only ends one person's life, but it can drastically change the driver's life in a negative light. Luckily for all Americans that like to go out and turn up, there are many ways to prevent drunk driving. If you know you and your friends are going out for a crazy night out, make sure that you grab a friend to be a designated driver. If no one wants to give up the drinking privileges for the night, assign someone who isn't going out to drop you off and come pick you up. Also have a local cab number. Always have a local cab number in hand, and also look up the schedules and routes for public transportation before going out. And if all else fails, take initiative, be responsible, and don't drink. Ask yourself, is injuring or taking another person's life worth one night of fun?